Welcome, everybody, to Creepin' It Real. I am your host, Cindy Knight. And this is.
Hi, I'm not Cindy Knight. I'm the other guy. I'm William Patrick O'Toole Miller. Yes, I know it's a mouthful. It happens. I don't think my parents were bored, but they wanted bases covered. It's all right.
It is all right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our show,
Mm-hmm.
and we are now going on our third episode.
Uh-huh.
I know, amazing.
Right?
It seems so fast.
Kinda. Yeah. Some moments have been a little.
Yeah, well,
when you're
quit
not.
messing with me and we'll be all right.
Oh, it'd be. Oh, it's quit messing with me. Shit. You
Yeah.
getting all grumpy and shit during practice sessions? But no, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm sure it is.
Fucking diva. Anyway, so kids, how's it going? Are we ready? Are we having fun?
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Cindy sips ink from a crystal cup. Topics float up in a swirling puff. Tonight a pirate, tomorrow a priest. She toasts each topic like a charming beast. One co-host swears the moon's alive, the other claims they did not survive. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. Cindy Knight, the Baroness. Curious questions answered, pulling all the threads of your strange routine. Step through the doorway where nothing's ever quite what it seems. Raise your glass to the unusual themes. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. Co-hosts change like a costume rail. A skeptic saint, an escaped tall tale. They argue if time can fold in thirds. She just edits the air with a single word. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. Cindy Knight in the in-between. Curious questions answered, weaving every topic into strange scenes. Step through the doorway, nothing's ever quite what it seems. Welcome to Creepin' It Real.
Welcome to Creepin' It Real with Cindy Knight.
Hi.
Today's co-host is.
William Patrick O'Toole Miller, since you can't apparently say it. My God.
I can, but I don't want to.
Our
Our episode today dives into the different ways cultures handle their dead.
Oh, sounds cool.
Yes.
It's you again.
Most people don't like to talk about it. They whisper, they look away, they say words like passed on or laid to rest. We prefer something a little more practical. But in other cultures, yes. What happens next? Do they sleep beneath polished marble? Do they turn ash to ash in a roaring furnace? Do they donate their organs or their entire skeleton? And occasionally, do they come back to complain about it?
Yes.
Well, you do.
Well, no, I can complain. I'm alive. I'm not planning on dying. I plan on being a burden for decades. Yes, forever. Yeah, I don't plan on going anywhere. But I don't really plan on being a head in a jar like on Futurama either. Robotics, man.
You may not have a say in that.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, in this episode, we dig into the strange, the sacred, and the slightly unsettling ways humans handle the inevitable. From ancient burial rituals, memorials, and the downright bizarre. It's history, it's culture, and yes, sometimes it's a bit extreme. After all, death may be serious. But humans are weird.
Very.
Yes, so light a candle, lock the door, and if you hear something scratching behind you, Don't worry. Okay, fine. I worried. What happens? This place is kind of creepy. Don't worry. It's probably just us.
Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Right? There is a moment
Uh-oh.
right after someone dies when the room changes.
Because they farted.
The body is still there,
Well, yeah.
but the person is gone. And across every culture on Earth, humans have asked the same question.
What's that smell?
What do we do now?
Oh, all right. Do we burn it? Bury it? Preserve it? Feed it to the sky? For over 100,000 years, we have performed rituals around the dead. Not because the dead need them, no, but because we do.
In this episode, we begin with death in Tibet.
Ooh, it's a long way away.
It is, where the air is thin, the mountains are high, and funeral plans are, let's say, efficiently creative.
Well, I don't know about efficient, but they are creative.
Well, sky burials, called jator, is the most famous Tibetan funerary practice. And yes, it's exactly as metal as it sounds. What happens? The body is taken to a designated charnel ground. A specialist called Rijapaz,
that works,
or body breaker, prepares the remains. The body is ritually dismembered. Kind of disturbing.
A little bit.
Right.
What if he's got a sawzall?
Right. It is offered to vultures. Yes, offered on purpose.
Well, yeah. Food for thought.
It is.
Yeah. Why do they do it? I don't know. Oh, I guess I should keep going.
Yes.
In Tibetan Buddhism, the body is just an empty shell after death. Yeah, it's basically a vessel. Generosity is a virtue, even in death. Feeding animals is considered a final act of compassion. Aw, big hugs that smell. In their worldview, this is honorable, not gruesome. Fun fact, most people don't know. The speed of the vultures is actually considered a spiritual sign. Quick consumption? Good karma, favorable rebirth. Vultures hesitate? No thanks, man. I'm full. Families may quietly panic. Talk about a cosmic Yelp review.
That'd be a bad review, wouldn't it?
Terrible.
How do you explain to a family that, nope, the vultures didn't eat me fast enough or eat them fast enough?
Or eat them fast, though, yeah. Vultures is like, oh, looks like a clown, tastes funny. Not happy.
Right. So why not just bury the body? Because in Tibet, it's basically nature saying, not today. The ground is often frozen solid.
Right.
The soil is shallow and rocky.
Well, yeah.
So try digging through all that.
No, it's not worth the trouble.
No. And wood for cremation is scarce at high altitudes.
Oh, yeah.
So sky burial isn't just spiritual. It's logistically brilliant mountain problem solving.
Pretty much. It's why they leave a bunch of the climbers in the Himalayas. They're just there. You die. It's not.
Well, and it's hard to get them down from there. But
a little bit. Oh, I mean, you see Johan just laying there. Just toss him. Get him a little further out. Maybe slide him. Ride him like a sled.
Yeah, it might be dangerous, but okay.
Well, I'm not saying on every cliffside, but I'm sure there's somebody could have a little bit of fun. Anyway, cremation. Less common, but it's used. Cremation does happen in Tibetan culture, especially for high lamas, wealthier families. Got the money. Certain regions with more resources, probably a little further down, closer to the big cities. Kathmandu, that kind of thing. Important religious figures may have their ashes mixed into clay. I was thinking, tiny pot, but no, formed in sacred statues called sasas. It's a little sasa. It's so cute. I make little bunny ears, and then I make the sasa hop and eat it. All right, sorry. Yes.
Right. See, sidetrack.
Action figures. I can make a little droid. My sasa kills your sasa.
Sasa. That's a funny word.
Sasa. Yeah, it is. Sasa.
Sasa. Water burial. Rare, but real.
Ooh.
In some areas of Tibet, bodies are placed in rivers. The purpose?
Why?
Exactly. To feed the fish.
Oh, they're hungry.
I know. Which still, like I said before, that seems kind of toxic to the water. So apparently you can't be drinking that water
Well,
or eating the fish from that water. It
Well,
just seems
I
not
think you
right.
could eat the fish. I mean, eventually after it's cooked and everything. But yeah, I wouldn't really want to be downstream from said village that's putting everybody in there.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So return the body to nature is what they're doing, and practical in certain terrains. Think of it as sky burial's aquatic cousin.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
Rituals around the moment of death. Here's where it gets quietly eerie. After someone dies, the body may remain undisturbed for hours or days. Monks recite from the Bardo Thoral, often called the Tibetan Book of the Dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we want one, right?
I know, right? Yeah. Wouldn't mind a couple copies.
Me either.
Yeah. The goal: guide the consciousness through the bardo, the in-between state.
Interesting fact.
Uh-oh.
Many families avoid touching the body immediately because they believe the consciousness may still be transitioning. In other words, the checkout process isn't instant. The body breakers, the Rijapas, are deeply respected specialists and also a little mysterious.
Well, yeah, if you're going to be the one breaking the bodies, I don't think you got a lot of close friends.
No.
Double checking what you're doing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So their job is to prepare the body for sky burial, perform precise ritual dismemberment, and to work quickly and efficiently.
Again, they sawzall. I'm wondering, cut right through Uncle Jim, get him taken care of, get him done, get him out of the way.
They might nowadays.
Well, I would think so. Unless he's all dried out and everything and just snap him like cordwood. But then again, who knows?
Maybe.
Yep. Lesser known fact, historically, Rajapas often worked somewhat socially apart from the others. Well, yeah, I bet you they smell. Not quite outcasts, but definitely you have a very specific job category. Well, yeah, you don't really see that listed in a college app.
No.
Things Westerners usually get wrong. Let's bust some spooky myths.
Let's.
Yes.
Myth. It's done to be shocking.
Ooh, nah, reality. It's rooted in compassion and practicality.
Your myth? Families watch in horror.
Right. Some might, but most of them probably don't because it is part of their culture.
It is.
Reality, many see it as spiritually beautiful.
Which I can see.
Yeah, me too.
Myth? It's ancient and disappearing.
Right. Reality, it's still practiced today in parts of Tibet and the Himalayas with regulations. Well, yeah, they're rule for everything.
Yeah.
The man's always got to stick his nose in.
Exactly. And make the rules.
It's rude.
So, extra knowledge nuggets for you.
Woohoo, nuggets.
Some nuggets.
I like nuggets, but with barbecue.
Right. Some sky burial sites are centuries old and still used.
Centuries old?
Centuries.
That's old.
Vultures used in the ritual are protected in many areas because the practice depends on them.
Makes sense.
Yes. Tourists are often strictly forbidden.
Oh, yeah.
This is sacred. It's not a spectacle.
No.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Why would you want, they come up there with cameras and everything else? It's like you don't want somebody taking a selfie of you in a coffin.
No, or stealing your bones.
Yeah, stealing your bones, that's true too.
Exactly. Yeah. So in Tibetan belief, attachment to the body after death can hinder rebirth.
Ooh, hate that when that happens.
Yes.
Right. So the ultimate mic drop, I don't have one, but maybe next time. Fucking crew. The less you cling to the meat suit, the smoother your cosmic transfer. Space sounds. Silver Surfer. Hey, in Papua New Guinea, there are over 800 plus cultures and languages.
Too many.
Way too freaking many. Hey, can we at least put it under 100? Come on, guys. You're less than
6.
5, more than, there's
max.
Seems there's a lot. But
that's
again, that's up to them. We're a bit far away from Papua New Guinea.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, isn't like past New York and all that other shit? Further,
I don't know. Keep going.
Way? Yeah. Maine? Do we have past Maine? Is it? No, it's not north. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not going. It's not worth the trouble. Too many big ass bugs. Anyway, 800 cultures and languages, so there is no single funeral practice. Well, yeah, you got 800 fucking cultures, you're gonna get 1,000 fucking funeral practices. But some traditions are so fascinating, and yes, a little macabre. Well, yeah, and they have become legendary in anthropology. Let's take a velvet draped stroll through the afterlife, shall we?
We shall.
So we need like a big, big curtain so we could walk through.
Right? Shall we?
Yes. When embalming meets barbecue. Oh,
Interesting.
there we go. I know, right? In the remote highlands, the Anga people practice one of the world's most dramatic preservation rituals. Uh-oh.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
Uncle's gonna smell like pork.
Right? The body is cleaned and organs may be removed.
And pianos.
Right? The corpse is slow smoked
Oh.
over a fire for weeks.
It's not a very big fire.
No, natural oils and smoke preserve the body.
Crispy.
The mummy, called appropriately as smoke mummies.
Seems a little on the nose.
It does.
Yeah.
Is also posed and placed on cliffs overlooking the village. Could you imagine?
Looking at smoked Uncle Jim up there just staring at you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
just wave hi to your relative.
I would have fun with him. No, I would get him posed so he's holding like a pair of binoculars, like he's looking at. Oh no! Put solar lights on Uncle Jim, so that way you can two of them, like your eyes looking down.
That'd just be creepy.
A little bit. Wait, that's creepy. But the fact that we've got a whole bunch of ancestors staring at us from the mountaintops. Oh yeah, sure. Solar lights is a little creepy.
Yeah, well, it is.
Yeah, fine. Whatever.
Start decorating them.
Christmas.
Exactly.
Looks festive.
That's what I'm saying.
Uncle Jim always liked tinsel. Why do you ask? Nobody really asked. But hey, why do you ask? They believe the ancestor spirit can watch over the community, protect the crops, and keep an eye on the neighbors. Because you know what you did, neighbor. Bad neighbor. Bad neighbor. Because even in death, gossip never dies. A fact most people don't know, these are not ancient mummies. Some are only decades old and still being maintained today.
Amazing.
Well, yeah, you got to maintain them. You know, keep them dust-free, shined up. Give them a little hat. It works. You know, I love New York t-shirt, that kind of thing. Fashion. So forget an open casket. This is open cliff seating with a panoramic view.
So, before you clutch your pearls, this practice is historical and now largely abandoned. Among the four people, there was once a funerary practice called endocannibalism, consuming the deceased as part of mourning rituals. Important to note, it was done out of love and respect, not violence.
Nope. Not violence.
Exactly.
Important to note, that didn't say pearls.
Important to note, that was changed without my approval. Families believed they were keeping the spirit within the community.
Woo!
Women and children typically participated more than men. I feel, again, this was unfair.
The Kuru connection. Yeah, again, sounds like a kid's show from the 80s.
Or a cartoon rooster.
A cartoon rooster, yes, that's true.
Kuru.
You knew you had cocks on your mind. This practice led to the spread of Kuru, a fatal prion disease nicknamed the Laughing Death. Symptoms included uncontrollable laughter, tremors, loss of coordination, and eventually death. Well, yeah, that's kind of final. Duh.
Well, and could you imagine literally basically dying while laughing?
I mean, it'd be the way to go. You wouldn't look afraid.
You wouldn't.
Nope.
But I'm sure you had to feel afraid.
Maybe. I don't know. How you going to tell? He's shaking and laughing.
That's true.
Clutching his pearls.
Yes. By the late 20th century, once scientists linked Kuru to the funerary practice, the tradition largely stopped.
Uh-oh.
Dark fact most people don't know.
Uh-uh.
Kuru helped scientists understand prion diseases, the same family as the
Yeah.
Creutzfeldt-Jakob
Jakob.
disease, whatever, and mad cow disease.
Uh-huh.
Secondary burials, because one funeral is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
In many Papua New Guinea cultures, death is a multi-stage event.
Mm-hmm.
Common practices include stage 1.
Mm-hmm.
The body was buried temporarily and the community had a mourning period.
2. Wow.
2.
Everybody or just the ladies?
I don't know. Oh, you really had to go there.
I had no choice.
Uh-huh. With that.
But sometimes it's
2.
bad. 2. Dos. Mm-hmm. What? It's right there.
Months or years later,
That's a long time.
bones are exhumed,
Right.
cleaned, and reburied, and sometimes displayed or kept by family.
Yeah, but months, you wouldn't be bones. It's going to take a while to get the bones.
It is.
Yeah.
But even that, imagine having, like you said, Uncle Jim just sitting on the shelf.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but if he's sitting on the shelf, he's not necessarily bones, especially if he's had smoke blowing up his ass for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Well, I don't know.
He's pretty much
hanging on a cliff with.
Yeah, true.
you know.
He could be bones by then.
Exactly.
Then again, he could be just this little solid mummy that you bring back down, set him up like he's a fucking bookend. Or
Who knows?
doorstop. I think Jim would be a doorstop.
Sure.
Yep. Anyway, why? I don't know. Nobody really asked, but hey, I have to say it. Why? Because in many Papua New Guinea belief systems, death is a process, not a moment. No. The spirit takes time to fully leave. Right? We get it. You don't have to rush. The community must help guide it. Dark little detail. In some groups, skulls of ancestors were kept home as protective objects. Make a nice cup or a cereal bowl. Mm-hmm. Flip it over, turn it on. A little divot in the front. Especially if Uncle Jim was missing his front teeth, you can put a spoon there and rest it. And then, get done with your Lucky Charms and shit. Yeah, why not?
See, now you're just taking me to Ed Gein, because he actually did do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Right, yeah, it's a whole nother episode
That's
down
a whole
the road.
nother episode. Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. He made some pretty wicked lamps.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he have a bunch of pins shoved into himself too? Because he really liked agonizing pain for some god awful reason.
I don't know. I don't think that's their same story.
Well, it could be. I don't know. Can't really prove anything right now. Anyway.
No.
Anyway, in some groups, home protective objects. Yes, they were. I remember where I was. Interior decorating, but it makes it haunted. Yeah, a little bit. Today's not all doom and smoke. Many Papua New Guineas practice Christian-style burials, church services, blends of traditional and modern rituals. All right, cool. Kind of, evolving rituals. Been doing that for centuries. But in remote areas, older customs still echo. Sometimes, quite literally, from the cliffs. You can hear Jim on a quiet day. He's not talking.
Nope.
He's there. Yes.
Want more interesting facts?
Oh, tell me some.
I will.
Is it about Georgia?
I will. No.
Hmm.
Some Anga mummies are periodically re-smoked
Oh,
for maintenance.
all right.
Yes,
Mhm.
mummy upkeep is real.
Oh, it's got to be.
It has to.
Yeah.
Kuru primarily affected women and children, of course,
Oh,
which helped
way to go.
scientists. Well, that's because they were the ones doing it mainly, because the
sorry.
men made them probably.
Well, or maybe that was just the way the things went, and they were out there working hard. Maybe they were, getting the food, bringing the Wendy's. Come on. Yeah. What the hell? Why you gotta be like that? That's mean.
You're mean.
I'm not mean.
Which helped scientists trace the transmission pattern.
Trace, like connect the dots.
It was.
Mhm.
Papua New Guinea has one of the most culturally okay and crap. Papua New Guinea has one of the most culturally diverse mortuary landscapes on Earth.
Oof.
In some regions,
Yes.
mourning involved dramatic wailing performances that could last days.
Oh,
I don't know if I could handle that. If you live in that area where they're doing that and they're wailing for days, like crying out loud.
noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, but imagine back then in the older times that you didn't have those.
There's so many deaths. People are walking around like this, and they couldn't hear nothing, and then they, look out for the cliff, Jim, and then he falls off.
And then they barbecue them,
Yep, and then they smoke them.
smoke them,
Yeah, smoke them if you got them. Yeah, we got Jim right here.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And certain groups believe the dead could cause illness if not properly appeased.
Oh yeah.
So funerals were partly spiritual damage control.
Mm-hmm.
In Papua New Guinea, the dearly departed might be smoked,
Mm-hmm.
honored, consumed historically,
Oh yeah, Jim jerky.
or given a perfectly respectable church send-off.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but respectable. I mean, it is what it is. It's a church send off, but who you could say respectable church send off, but some of the other practices were respectable in their own rights as well.
Every culture, everything is the way they respect their family.
Right. Because around the world, death isn't one size fits all. Sometimes it's a whisper, sometimes it's a ritual, and sometimes it's seated permanently on a cliff with a better real estate than the living. Hi, Jim. Yeah.
Right? In Japan, about 99% of bodies are cremated.
Are they?
Yes.
That's a lot.
One of the highest rates in the world.
Well, yeah, but apparently they don't want a perfect score.
No, they don't.
Mm-mm.
But why so high?
Oh.
Limited burial space.
Well, yeah, too many people.
Yes. Buddhist influence.
Oh, okay, fine.
Strict cemetery regulations.
No.
Yes, always.
Mm-hmm.
Cultural preference for cremation in many areas.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional burial is so rare it can be difficult or expensive to arrange.
Start stacking people.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Before cremation, families hold a wake called suya. Mm-hmm. The all-night goodbye.
There you go.
That sounds so
like
sweet.
A wake.
Yes, a suya.
Mm-hmm.
The body is dressed, often in white.
Mm-hmm.
Family members and friends keep vigil overnight. Incense is offered repeatedly.
Well, yeah.
There is a lot of very polite bowing.
Sure it's not bowling?
I'm pretty sure.
All right. What most people don't know. Guests often bring condolence money, koden, or kuden, in special envelopes, because even grief in Japan comes with immaculate accounting. Nothing says sorry for your loss quite like beautifully folded cash.
Cash?
Yes,
Money.
Cash is king.
Mm-hmm.
Now we enter the part that makes Western audience go, they do what? At least, maybe. After cremation, Japanese families participate in bone picking.
Sounds interesting.
Right? Here's what happens. The body is cremated at a very high heat. Well, yeah, you're not going to cook them at low heat. It's going to take forever.
Right.
Nobody's got time for that. Yeah, this isn't slow cooking a roast.
No.
God. The family gathers around the remains. Using special chopsticks, family members pick bones from the ashes. They place them into the urn together. Yes, together with chopsticks. Hey, it's cultural. Why not?
It is, and it seems so interesting.
Right. You use salad tongs. Get a better grip.
Right? It'd be easier.
Yeah, a little
Since
bit.
I don't know how to use chopsticks.
Right. If you're a bigger dude, postal digger.
Right. Got it.
Yes. Uncle Jim, you gained weight.
Well, I don't know. Not after they've been fried.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, especially high heat, can't be a lot left.
Exactly.
How many freaking bones would there be? Yeah, I know, but still, I guess it wasn't high enough.
Apparently not.
Ugh.
An extra dark twist.
Ooh, I like dark twists.
They usually start with the feet bones and work upward.
Right.
Symbolically reconstructing the body so the deceased isn't upside down in the urn. I love that.
Just a lot shorter.
Just a lot shorter, but I love it.
Oh, it's cool.
I like the concept.
Put smaller shoes in there.
Yeah. This is both deeply respectful and mildly haunting.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Chopstick taboo
Ooh.
in Japan, if you did not know this.
I know it.
Or you do. Because of the bone picking ritual, you should never pass food from chopstick to chopstick. Never put your sticks upright in rice.
Why would I do that?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because both resemble funeral practices.
Oh.
If you do make this faux pas,
Uh-oh.
congratulations, you just accidentally recreated a crematorium moment at dinner.
Well, yeah, but some people are weird enough to like that.
They
So,
are.
who knows? Modern twist. Oh, not a dark twist,
Always
but
a
a modern
modern.
one. So, this time, not way back in the 1900s. Modern twist. Japan's death industry is high tech. Isn't everything in Japan? Japan does not play around with efficiency, even in death. Some lesser known modern facts. Automated columbarium stores urns robotically. Families swipe a card, the urn appears behind glass. Urban apartment tombs exist due to space shortages. That just sounds weird, man.
I know, doesn't
It's
it?
like a really big ass mausoleum. You just walk up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and so when you swipe your card, does it turn a light on your urn? Is that what it is?
Little
and then
spotlight.
swing, there it comes, or is it
Yep.
on a conveyor belt and comes?
Celebrate good time. Come on. You have like a little walk-in music when he's right
Right.
there. Well, he's not really walking. He just kind of slides up. Hey,
It's-
how you doing?
Right, I'm
Yeah.
in an urn.
Yeah, right. It's cramped in here. Yeah. Anybody got a fan? No air.
Right.
Yes. Some companies offer digital grave sites. In Japan, even the afterlife has better technology than my phone. I kind of like my phone. So, recap. Japan's cremation rate is 99%. Apparently, they just can't do 100, but whatever. It's
Still
all
a
right.
lot.
Yeah, still a lot. Families personally pick bones from the ashes. Kind of neat. Chopstick etiquette is partly funeral based. Hey, who knew? Some urns are stored in robot run grave buildings. That's still surreal to me. But hey, you do what you got to do.
You do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In northern Japan,
Way up there?
way up there,
Damn.
certain monks attempted something almost unimaginable.
I can't imagine.
And this is weird.
Uh-oh.
Self-mummification.
Well, it's weird to us, but not to them.
It is probably weird to most of them, too. It's
Well, it
very
might be.
few that try it.
Mm-hmm.
These monks believed that through ultimate physical purification and denial of the body,
Mm-hmm.
they could escape the cycle of rebirth
They
and
don't do it.
achieve Buddhahood.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a method to their madness as to why they were doing it. Continue protecting people spiritually after death, not spooky for the sake of spooky, deeply religious.
Okay.
But yes, also deeply intense.
Intense.
This is where it gets a little grim, and I
Oh,
mean
boy.
grim.
Mhm.
Self-mummification took years
Whoa.
and happened in brutal stages.
That's rough.
Yeah. Stage 1,
One.
the 1,000-day diet.
Oh.
For about 1,000 days, almost 3 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. The
Mhm.
monk ate only nuts,
Who's nuts?
seeds,
Mhm.
mountain plants, and barks and roots.
Oh.
The purpose?
What was the purpose?
To
Why?
eliminate body fat,
Well, that'll do it.
reduce moisture,
Mm-hmm.
and begin physical purification.
Why don't you just smoke them?
I know, right? Might have been easier.
Yeah, a little bit.
Body fat is one of the main things that causes decomposition.
Oh, yeah.
They were literally dieting against decay.
Well, makes sense.
It
Yeah.
does.
Getting a little drier.
Right, dry.
Uh-huh. Stage 2.
Stage 2.
Next came another 1,000 days of
Almost
even
3
harsh.
years.
I know, right? Crazy. Even harsher discipline. No thanks.
No.
Monks drank tea made from the sap of the urushi. Or Yarushi. The same tree used to make lacquerware. The tea is mildly toxic.
Mildly.
Probably tastes like shit.
Well, it's lacquer.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, right.
Makes your inside shiny.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Slick as a whistle. Why drink poison? I don't know. Because they're silly.
Right.
It causes vomiting and sweating. No, really? Further dehydrates the body. Makes the body toxic to insects and bacteria after death. Yes, they were chemically preparing their bodies to resist rot.
Crazy.
A little bit, but
Crazy.
that's to us. To them, It's the ultimate thing.
It is. Well,
Mm.
to
Yeah.
become a Buddha, basically, in
Yeah.
death.
Yeah, pretty much. And, it is what it is. They got nothing else going on.
Right.
It's not like there's women up there.
Well, you never know.
Well, I'm pretty sure if this dude's drinking lacquer. Then again, it could have been. Never mind.
Stage 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part that makes modern audiences go very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Not him, but the audience.
I can be.
When the monk was near death, he
Uh-oh.
was placed in a small underground stone chamber,
Ooh.
seated in lotus position, and given a breathing tube and a bell.
Uh-oh.
Every day, he rang the bell to signal he was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
When the bell stopped, the tube was removed, and
What if
then
he
the
was just sleeping?
tomb was sealed.
Ah.
Sit with that for a second.
Yeah, I know, but he could have been taking a nap or something
Doesn't
else.
matter. At that point, he's sealed. He's done for
And
anyway.
you're like, oh, damn
Right? I should have kept ringing the
Right.
bell.
I could really use a Twinkie. Yeah, nope. I see how it is.
Yep.
Stage 4. After another 1,000 days, which this is taking forever,
It does.
the tomb was reopened.
We're almost, 9 years now?
Yeah, wait, more than that. Because this is stage 4, so this is 12 years.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's a long time. 2 possibilities. The body's decomposed, which means he sucked at what he did. He snuck some Twinkies in or some other things. Had a Mountain Dew sitting in there. Like, what a jerk. Anyway, considered a failed attempt, or the body naturally mummified. There's the other thing. Monk declared Sokanshibutsu. Only a small fraction succeeded. Tiny bit. Not 99%. That 1%. So that's where the
If
other
that,
things
I bet
yeah.
it was less than 1%. We'll have to look that up sometime.
Yep. We should get the crew to do that. Oh boy.
Right.
Well,
Google it.
Yeah. Could you? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So what happened to successful monks?
Mm-hmm.
Those who mummified successfully
Yes.
were cleaned and dressed in robes.
A lot smaller robes than they were.
Yes.
Mhm.
Placed in temples,
Mhm.
venerated as living Buddhas.
But they're not alive.
But they're not alive. Yeah, I
Nope.
know, which is crazy.
No, and they're lacquered.
And from the inside.
They're waterproof. Mm-hmm.
Some are still on display today in certain Japanese temples.
Mm-hmm.
Not as curiosities,
Nope.
but as sacred figures.
Good.
The Japanese government effectively ended the practice during the late 1800s.
Hmm. There's a certain sound you expect at a funeral. Soft footsteps, murmured prayers, the closing of a coffin, slamming the lid. In parts of rural Taiwan, especially from the 1980s, way back in the 1900s, through the early 2000s, there was another sound, bass, amplified vocals, neon lights warming up the dusk. They were called electric flower cars.
Sounds like fun.
It
Sounds
might
like
be.
my kind of funeral.
There you go.
It's the type I want.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a party.
Right.
Flatbed trucks transformed into mobile stages.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapped in LED panels, chrome rails, colored lights.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there were singers, sometimes there were dancers, sometimes pole performers.
Ooh.
And nearby, a coffin.
There you go. Well, yeah. Got to put him somewhere. You don't want to
Right.
put the dead guy on the pole.
Probably not.
Jim was never that limber in life.
Where it comes from, in many communities, especially in the South, a funeral is not a private affair.
Mm-mm.
It is a public announcement. The dead must be honored loudly.
Mm-hmm.
Crowds signal respect.
Mm-hmm.
Sound wards off wandering spirits. Actively proves the deceased matter.
Mm-hmm.
Hiring performers, including erotic dancers, was
Uh-oh.
not meant as mockery.
Uh-uh.
A large turnout, dramatic procession, and visible excitement demonstrated that the person being buried had status, connections, and presence.
I think your hubby's going to want exotic dancers at his funeral.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
A quiet funeral might suggest the opposite.
Mm.
And so volume became virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Virtue. Sorry, that was virtue, not virtual, but I guess.
Yeah, it works, though.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Anything, In the highlands of Madagascar, another practice, the turning of the bones, Famedi Hahana. Wow.
Famadahana.
Famadahana. Yeah, well, what she said. One of these days, we're going to do an episode where there isn't really crazy words. Just
Never.
saying. Yeah. Phenomena.
Don't even start that.
Phenomena.
And now it's in your head.
Oh, yeah. The dead do not rest undisturbed because that fucking song is in their head, too.
No.
Every several years, sometimes 5, sometimes 7, but never 9.
Right.
Families gather at the ancestral tombs built of stone and earth. The doors are opened. Inside, wrapped in layers of silk, are the bodies of those who came before. It's, again, your hubby dies eventually. I'm going to open it up and wrap him in silk because he's going to look so pretty. Mm-hmm.
Better be purple.
Can we bury him clutching his peanut? All the experience is anything but simple. Where the ceremony begins, the tomb is opened. The remains are carefully lifted out. Old silk shrouds are removed. New silk, often expensive. I'll wrap him in expensive silk. It'll be pretty. Nice floral pattern.
No, purple. I already said it.
That works. Purple works.
There you go.
Right, but can there be flowers in the purple?
I don't care.
No?
I said I don't care.
Okay, fine. Right. Purple, pretty. That's what matters.
Maybe floral.
Maybe floral? Okay. We can give him a nice hat with like flowers on it and wrap him. Oh, look, like a kimono. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so see, as in they are often chosen with care, and that is what we're doing. Okay.
Right.
Right.
He's dead, but he doesn't have to not look pretty.
There you go.
Yes. New silk, often expensive, often chosen with care. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is wrapped around the bones. Music plays, families dance, the ancestors are carried above shoulders, swaying with the living. Names are spoken, stories retold. Oh, the stories. Requests whispered. It is not horror, it's a reunion.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yet for an outsider, the image can feel deeply unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
The boundary between the living and the dead dissolves. Hands that once embraced now hold bone. Skulls wrapped in red and white silk move through daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Death is not hidden here,
Nope.
it is touched. The dead are not fully gone.
Where's it touched?
I know. They become ancestors who influence the living.
Mm-hmm.
In this worldview, burial is not the final act. It is a transition into ancestral status.
Yep.
And likely any relationship, it requires renewal.
Mm-hmm.
The turning of the bones reaffirms connection.
Mm-hmm.
It ensures the ancestors are remembered, honored, repositioned within the family lineage.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Right. Does it feel unsettling? In much of the modern world, we seal coffins and close graves permanently. We are taught that disturbing the dead is taboo. In Madagascar, stillness is not sacred. Relationship is. Where we see remains, they see kin. Where we see decay, they see transformation. The discomfort often arises from our distance from the body. We sanitize death. They integrate it. The bones are not symbols. They are ancestors.
Let's go to Indonesia.
No! Too many snakes.
Too late, we're going.
No, I don't want to. It's really hot,
Here
too.
in Indonesia,
Uh-huh.
they live with their dead after they are gone.
Whoa.
Yes, you did hear me correctly.
I heard you too.
In a region called Tanah Toraja,
Oh,
death does not arrive all at once.
Nope.
It lingers.
no kidding.
It stays in the house.
Mhm.
It eats at the table.
Oh, boy.
It sleeps in the next world.
Stop snoring, Uncle Jim.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Among the Torajan people,
Mhm.
when someone dies, they are not immediately considered gone.
Nope.
They are referred to as the sick one.
No kidding.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they remain that way for months,
Oof.
even years. Could you imagine that in the house?
No, not even a little bit.
Do they put them outside at all?
I
when
don't
they,
know.
When they start to smell?
I would
Or
kind of
do
wonder
they
that.
smell?
Well, or is there some kind of preparation before that so then they don't smell when they're in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it, 1,000 punctures with incense?
I guess that's something again we gotta
Yeah, we got to figure it out. Right. Mm-hmm. When
another topic.
Right. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Look at that.
When a family member passes, the body is embalmed. Well, there's something.
There you go.
Traditionally with formalin. In modern times, it's kept inside the family home.
Oh, there we go. So we have our answer
Right.
there.
They're given food. Oh man, I'm not giving them my share. Water, waste. Cigarettes, well, they can have them. Spoken to, but maybe that's how they died. Well, you can't give them cancer again.
Nope.
Yep.
Already
Spoken
gone.
to, well, yeah, they're going to be good listeners by then. Visitors greet them, yeah, because it's going to feel weird when you walk in and see Uncle Jim sitting there. You don't say anything to him.
Right.
Right. Children grow up with their deceased grandparents, still present in the household. Not as a ghost, not as a memory, but as a body in the next room. Yeah, hey, Gramps. Hey, Uncle Jim.
Right. How you doing?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
The official funeral may not occur until the family has saved enough money.
Well, yeah, they're spending money on food, water, and everything else for the dead guy.
Right.
It doesn't help.
And throwing it away, probably.
Yeah.
Funerals in Taraja culture are not small affairs. They are enormous.
Elaborate.
Oh,
I heard that.
Sometimes lasting days.
It's a long time.
Sometimes costing more than a house.
That's crazy. But how much is a house in Indonesia?
Oh, who knows?
Right.
But apparently it would be the same as here, just in a different context.
Oh, well, yeah. Cost of living and everything
exactly.
else. Right.
It's totally different.
Yep.
Buffalo are sacrificed.
Ooh.
The number reflecting status and honor. So if you only have one, does that mean that you weren't respected very much?
Maybe. Didn't have enough money.
Apparently.
Should have waited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The more buffalo, the higher the soul ascends into the afterlife. Death is not private here.
Nope.
It is a spectacle.
Woo. I didn't say anything about strippers and a pole at this one.
Nope. Sure didn't.
Nope. When the funeral finally takes place, the body preserved, dressed, and adorned is carried in a procession. Buffalo bellow in open fields before sacrifice. Well, yeah, you'd bellow too if you knew somebody was coming for your ass.
Right.
Blood darkens the soil. Community gathers in the thousands. That's a lot. This is not a morbid celebration. This is a necessary passage. Without it, the soul cannot journey properly to the afterlife. Until then, the dead remain between worlds, sitting on the shelf. Which means
on the cliff.
Yep, on it. Well, no, not a cliff here. They're in
not
the house.
Here, but it's the same as
they're in the dead
were.
room. Yeah. Maybe they got Grandpa and Uncle Jim and Grandma all stacked like cordwood because they just run out of space. Which means the living remain between states too. Grief here is stretched, extended, and suspended.
Wow.
Yeah.
So every few years in some communities, something even more unsettling occurs, as if it couldn't be more unsettling.
Yeah, a little bit.
The tombs are opened, bodies are removed, clothes replaced so they get redressed, dust brushed from faces that no longer feel. Families pose for photographs besides their preserved ancestors, smiling, standing shoulder to shoulder with what remains. The dead are not abandoned, they are maintained, refreshed, and reintroduced into the present.
Put a little polo on Uncle Jim there. He's getting a little ripe.
Right.
Here are a few more interesting death traditions from other cultures. Thailand has sky lantern funerals. Traditional Thai Buddhist funerals often include cremation ceremonies at temples. In some commemorations, lanterns may be released to symbolize letting go.
That'd be pretty.
Yeah, I think so.
Not the lanterns.
The belief is cremation helps release the soul toward rebirth. People who live in Ghana are known for their coffins. Yeah, I've seen those. They're really elaborate.
Beautiful.
Hand carved. They're great.
Yes.
I want to be buried in a big fish.
There you go.
Maybe with a purple kimono, but as a pillow, in remembrance.
You can't have my purple. You do the red.
I like purple. Look, lady, I can wear purple if I want to wear purple, but I wore purple last time, and I actually had another purple vest, but I didn't wear it this time. I wanted to wear red because I want to do something different.
Because you're special.
Damn right.
All right.
So, I'm pretty in every color, goddammit. They build elaborate coffins around the deceased. Well, yeah, but some of those coffins are really cool. These coffins are expensive and cost about 1 year's salary. But what is 1 year's salary in Ghana? $200. In Kenya, Sudan, the people celebrate their dead by dressing in their likeness and dancing. That's what I'm going to do at John's funeral. I'm going to wear his mask and dance like him.
Well,
like an
to
old
me,
white guy.
That's a form of flattery.
Yup.
You are representing and looking up to the person that passed.
That's it.
These rituals disturb us because they remove the illusion.
Yep.
Modern society sanitizes death.
Yep.
Hospitals close the curtain, funeral homes apply cosmetics, coffins seal away decay. But psychologically, death anxiety drives human behavior.
Ritual is not above the corpse. I'm sorry. Start. 5, 2, 1. Ritual is not about the corpse. It's about control. It gives the living a script in a moment where everything feels unscripted. And perhaps the most unsettling truth is, across cultures, the ritual changes, but the fear underneath does not.
Whether burned, buried, I know,
Yep.
I was trying to
You're trying.
combine them.
I heard it.
I was. Consumed or given to the birds, the body always returns to the soil, to ash, to air, to memory. A way of saying this mattered.
And maybe that's the most important thing of all. Not the fire, not the sky, not the preservation, but the refusal to let death be meaningless. Thank you for watching our show. That concludes today's episode of Creepin' It Real.
If you enjoyed the madness, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit it anyway. Subscribe for more questionable life choices and mildly concerning or controversial topics. And think you might want to know when a new episode airs? Click the notification button.
Oh, okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because you know you want to.
Oh, that's true.
Until next time, sleep well. But if something goes bump in the dark, don't panic. Creep it real.